Hey, welcome to practice today. So today we have a really nice, gentle flow. And if you don't really want to get up off the mat, this is the class for you. So enjoy your practice. It can still be a little bit challenging here and there. So see what you need to do, whether you need to take it a little bit more relaxed or whether you want to bump it up a little bit. So enjoy whichever way you go. Namaste. So we'll come to a comfortable seat, taking your inner thigh rotation. Engaging the core by lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the lower belly in and up, sitting tall through the sides of the body. Relax into your hips and shoulders and extend out through the crown of your head. Bringing the awareness to the breath. And very gently begin to expand into each breath. Eventually making your way to that full, just beyond comfortable place. Remember to stay connected to this breath, no matter what else you are or are not doing here. Let's extend the arms out to the sides, and with an inhale, reach them up, coming together at the top when your lungs are full, and then exhaling to come back down again. We'll do that again. And once more. With the inhale, come back up to the top again. And then exhale, taking your right hand back to the mat and giving yourself a little tip over to that right side. Keep the pelvis rooted, the spine nice and long, drawing the shoulder back. Inhaling, bring yourself back up to center, and then exhale the left hand, tipping over to the left. Taking a nice big breath. And then inhaling to come back up. Once again, take it over to the right. See if you can get a little deeper stretch this time. And then inhale, bringing yourself back up to the middle and taking it over to the left last time. Coming back to center on the inhale, and exhale, release the arms. From here, we'll take the right hand over to the left knee, left hand just back behind the body, supporting. Give yourself a gentle twist to the left, sitting tall and staying rooted in the pelvis. Let's release that, coming back through the center and taking the second side. Same idea, just a gentle twist. Coming back through the center and over to that first side again. Let's make this one deeper. Use your left arm like a second spine, pushing into the floor, and then pull against the knee to rotate the belly button toward the left, turning your side ribs toward the back of the mat, drawing your shoulder back, moving a little deeper and a little bit more evenly through your twist. We'll come back through the center and over to the second side, using the arms and drawing around. Releasing and coming back to center. From here, let's make our way around onto hands and knees. Bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingers wide and engage evenly through the hands. On the inhale, drop the belly toward the floor. And then exhale to round the spine toward the ceiling. Connected to your breath, flowing in and out of those two poses. Gently working a little bit deeper as you go. Once more in each direction. And finding a neutral spine. Making sure the belly's engaged. Let's extend the right leg straight back. Heel in line with the hip here. We want to flex the foot firmly, pointing the toes straight down at the mat. And then when you're ready, extend the left arm forward, reaching in opposite directions and engaging every muscle between to hold you here. Releasing the hand and the knee back to the mat, and then switching sides. Extending the left leg back, flex the foot, and when you're ready, the right arm forward, reaching away from the body in opposite directions here. Releasing that side and returning back to the first side. So extend the right leg and left arm again here. Keep the idea of stretching away from the body. And then we're going to add in movement. So on the exhale, pull your elbow and knee together in the middle, and inhale, extend away. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhaling, reach. Flowing with the breath. Controlled and smooth as much as you can. Let's go once more. And then release, hand and knee to the mat. Same idea on the second side, extending the left leg and the right arm. And with your exhale, drawing the elbow and knee together. Give it a good squeeze and then stretch out nice and long. Continue flowing with your breath. One more. And then releasing back down, hand and knee. One more time here, go ahead and extend your right leg and your left arm. This time bending at the knee. Reach back and see about finding your foot. And maybe that is the challenge. Playing with the balance. You can press the foot into the hand, lift the toes a little higher. Just kind of see where that goes, keeping the knee pointing down toward the floor, lifting the toes up toward the ceiling. We'll release that, stretch out long, and then come back down, hand and knee. Switching to the second side, extending the left leg and the right arm. When you're ready, bending at the knee, and see about finding the foot over here. Typically one side is a little easier, so just go with what you got here. Breathing. and releasing. Stretch it long first. Come down hand and knee. Nice and easy here. Sit the hips back toward the heels and take a child's pose. Let yourself sink into it, finding a nice stretch. Grounding the four corners of your hands here, let's make our way into a down dog. Of course, allowing yourself to wiggle and stretch your way into it. Bicycle heels, shift through the hips and shoulders, anything that feels good. Sinking in here, press the heels down, press your chest back, pressing the arms into the mat. And then we'll lift the right leg straight back. Stepping that foot through to the hands, let's come to a lunge. We'll drop the back knee to the floor, adjust your toes to your fingers if they didn't make it all the way. And then from there, let's take the right leg straight. Keeping the hips square, the spine nice and long, and just finding a nice little hamstring stretch here. Big full breaths. Bending back into the knee, let the hips come forward. Keep the spine nice and long here, legs sweeping toward each other. Bring the right hand to the hip and let's add in a twist. Rotating the belly, the side ribs, and the shoulder around. Releasing your twist. Take the leg straight again and see if you can find a little bit deeper stretch. And again, bending into the knee, let the hips sink forward. Sweeping the legs together for stability. Climb up on the thigh, lifting the upper body as vertical as it will go. And the hands can stay on the thigh for support if you need, otherwise stretching, reaching up toward the ceiling. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You can gently look up. And then release. Lifting the back knee, let's step back to our down dog. And we'll switch sides. So let's lift the left leg. And then step that foot through to the hands, coming to lunge. Toes to fingers, dropping the right knee to the mat. When you're ready, take that left leg straight. Nice full breaths here. Bending back into the knee, sinking the hips low. Keep the spine long, bring the left hand to the hip and let's twist. Releasing the twist, take the leg straight again, finding that little bit deeper stretch. Once again here, bend. Descending lower into the hips if you can, and when you're ready, climb up on the thigh, coming as vertical as the upper body will go, and if and when, extend the arms. Releasing that, make your way back into lunge and step back down dog. Let's slide it forward, coming into a plank. You can absolutely drop to the knees if you'd like, and then we'll drop down to the belly. From here, we're going to slide the hands back next to the side ribs and then just roll into the shoulders. So connect to your breath. On the inhale, roll the shoulders up by your ears, together on your back and down towards your hip bones. Exhale, release that. So following your breath, up and down, rolling deeper into the shoulders, maybe with each breath here. Rolling into the shoulders one more time. We're going to hold this next one. So roll the shoulders up, pulling with the hands like you're pulling your belly button forward. Find some extra length, and then you can press into your hands and come up a little bit higher. Take a breath, and then release. From here, make your way up and sit back into a child's pose. Let's shift forward, coming into all fours again here. And then from here, take the right hand, palm up, dropping down to either your elbow or reaching over and dropping down to the shoulder. Keep the knees under the hips, the spine nice and long. Make sure you're not leaning on your head, lean on the shoulder. And then if you press more into the right arm and more into the left hand, you can work yourself into a little bit deeper twist. You can absolutely stay where you are. But keeping the shoulder back, see if the left arm can reach straight up toward the ceiling. So the hands over the shoulders, that left shoulder is stacked on top of the right. And you can stay here. Or test your balance a little bit, stepping the left foot back, come away from the knee, and maybe slowly lift the toes away from the floor. And of course, here you have the option of bending your knee, reaching back to find your foot, opening the knee more toward the ceiling or not. Pressing the foot into the hand to draw the shoulder back a little bit deeper or not. Remember to just listen to your body. Let's release what we've got here, making our way back into that all fours position. Take your time. And we'll switch sides. So when you're ready, take the left hand, weaving it under, elbow or shoulder. Same idea on this side. Feeling aligned and comfortable as much as you can be. Pressing into the left arm, the right hand, stacking the shoulders. The hand can stay on the mat if that's you, or extend away from the body. Reach straight up toward the ceiling. Keep the space in the shoulder and the collarbone. Adding in balance here by stepping the right foot back, lifting the toes if and when you're ready, and maybe bending at the knee pointing up-ish, drawing the shoulder back a little bit deeper if that's you. Breathing here. And then gently releasing what you've got and making your way back into that all fours position. From here, shifting forward, make your way into kneeling plank. You can take a full plank if you'd like. Drop it down, elbows tight to the sides. Roll into a cobra, releasing that. From here, we're simply going to make our way over onto the back. Take a moment, make sure you're aligned and comfortable on your mat. And then just release the spine, relaxing the muscles for a moment. Drawing the knees into the chest, allow yourself to rock a little bit, massaging the back against the floor. Releasing the feet to the floor. Bring your heels pretty close to your hips, but not quite touching. Keeping the feet, knees, and hips in the same alignment. Tucking the arms down tight next to the sides of your body. You can even bend your elbows to bring them in a little bit tighter if that works for you. Make sure the lower back stays long, the back of the neck is not touching the floor. We want to press down into the triceps, pull the heels toward the hips, and lift the hips away from the mat. Don't worry about high. Make sure your lower back stays long and comfortable. You can breathe here. You can interlace your fingers behind your back and tuck your shoulders up underneath, getting a little extra lift there if you'd like. Keep the legs pulling toward the body rather than pushing down or away. Breathe. And then we'll gently release. Hold the feet flat to the mat for just a breath or two. And then allow the soles of the feet to come together and the knees to rest open to the sides here. Release the inner hip, release your belly, release your lower back. And then drawing the knees back together again. Let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. Keep the foot flexed. Pull the knee in toward the chest, reaching back behind that right thigh. You can press the left leg away a little bit if you like that sensation. And notice here how the spine likes to round. So the hips may roll up. The right hip sometimes will kick up. Sometimes the shoulders lift. Sometimes the head doesn't even want to stay on the floor. That may or may not be happening, but if it is, just notice. And then keep the arms drawing toward the body, but use the leg to kind of kick back into the hands. And when the leg kicks back, see if you can kind of flatten out again. So if the tailbone rolled up, see if you can roll it back down. Relax your shoulders and your head into the mat. Releasing that, let's switch sides. So right ankle over the left knee, reaching back behind the left thigh there, interlace your fingers and draw toward the body. Again, notice if the body tends to round here. Continue to draw in, and now use the leg to kick back into the hands and see if you can flatten out your spine again. And it's not truly flat, but it's not round for sure. Releasing that back to the mat. Unhooking the legs. We'll open the arms out into a T position, pick up the hips, moving them over to the left edge of your mat, drop your knees to the right. Relax the legs, relax your shoulders, and maybe look over your left hand if you like. We'll gently bring it back to center. Shift the hips over to the right edge of your mat and let the knees fall left. Relaxing into your twist. Coming back up to the center. Shifting your hips back to the middle of the mat. We'll draw the knees into the chest and rock. From here, pulling the knees in tight, draw your forehead toward your knees, and then release that out into a full body stretch. Fingertips to toes. Releasing your stretch, bring the arms down by the sides of your body, and take a second to get aligned. If you prefer a seated meditation here, that's totally fine. Make your body as comfortable as it's going to be. Releasing the muscles, coming back slowly to the breath again, and allowing yourself a few moments to just keep the mind quiet and relaxed here. Remember, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Namaste.